this is Toby with Birdsong Studios. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. As always, I greatly appreciate your time, your attention, and your openness to these messages. So today we are looking at the energies around the new moon in Pisces, which occurs, depending upon where you live, here in the East Coast of the United States. It occurs on March 10th at 4:59 a.m. Yes, and so it's very interesting because as I was connecting in to channel the sigil and prepare for the reading, I really felt this. We've talked about this blank slate energy coming up and kind of building and building and building towards that. And that feels, the energy of that feels so strong right now. So strong. It almost is as if I'm being given as a starting point to this reading, even a blank canvas. But it actually, what I'm seeing is this giant chalkboard. And there's all different colors of chalk lying around on the floor in front of it, but the chalkboard, and it's brand new chalk. You know, if you've written on or drawn on a sidewalk with chalk, you know the difference between a brand new piece of chalk and one that's been used before. And when, you know, after a period of time, you've got little nubs and they break, but these are brand new pieces of chalk, and it's a clean, brand new looking board, and it's expansive. It's very large, and that's the energy I'm getting around this new moon. So the first thing I would say about that is that a new moon is a time for new beginnings and for setting intentions. And so as we are also about to enter into eclipse season, we are about to enter into the astrological new year with the beginning of Aries season on March 19th, 19th or 20th. I would say that this is a very potent time for things that for intentions you're setting, for manifestations you're working on, and to really focus in on how you want to draw upon this blank slate that you have created, because that's the other part of this. It's not that it's just been laid out in front of you by the universe. This is, you've created this. You've created the opportunity to be able to begin refreshed, I'm hearing, to begin renewed, to step towards this chalkboard as the artist that you are, in full embodiment of your ability to create that which you want to see and experience in the world, and to be open to allowing your creativity to flow in that way, because that is really, you know, imagination and creativity, that is as well as our heart space. Those are the seats of manifestation and creation in this world. So acknowledging and accepting that you are that being at this point is the invitation here we're getting right from the outset. And again, with the sigil, so much open space here, so much open space. It feels very Piscean with these blue tones. Pisces, of course, is a water sign. It rules the 12th house, and the 12th house is about the subconscious. It's about dreams. It is about what is hidden oftentimes. It is about your psychic gifts, your intuitive feelings, and it is that inner sensibility And I mean that in the word, two words with a hyphen, sense, hyphen, ability. Your abilities to sense on a deeper level than the surface, than the five senses we traditionally talk about. Not we, not us, but has been traditionally talked about. Yeah, it's about diving deep into your subconscious. And again, that's where it's very much linked to this blank slate, because you have been willing to go within. And so it's also tapping back into that part of you to really feel into what is important to you and what you truly do desire at this time. Not, again, moving beyond the surface, right? We're going deep into the waters here of our emotions and of our subconscious and of our truest self, and what we as individuals want for ourselves. It feels very watery. I do have some music going in the background that has some water, but the energy around this is very fluid. It's very flowing. And it is something that invites you to flow with it versus trying to paddle against the current. This is a time to be carried with the energies and to allow it to bring you to places maybe that you have not yet explored, or places that you need to revisit on that journey. Okay, so on the water theme, we're going to go to the Healing Waters Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Get some themes here for this new moon. And just as kind of a heads up for you guys, if you have not seen the video that was posted the other day about the solar eclipse in Aries, I will be doing a reading on that as well here in the next few days. I know that these are sticking and my fingers are not working. I know that we're still a month away. However, it's been made very clear to me by my guides that it's something we need to go ahead and start talking about. If we aren't already, at least as far as the information in the reading. Interesting. There we go. Going deeper. I can feel it in the cards too. There are things that maybe we need to revisit that we have not wanted to look at, and those things are going to be, full moons are normally the time of revelation, but there's something about this new moon that's going to, again, you're going to be pulled with it, with the flow of it, the energy of it, bringing you to a place to be able to see it, that which you do need to see. Wow. Okay, so we have the sweet waters, and this is sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. Let me show you this. This was the first card that came out. And then we have the Lady of the Lake, new beginnings, something is about to happen. And we were just talking about those eclipses. With that sense of fluidity, there's also this invitation here with the sweet waters to allow yourself to find enjoyment in the process and beyond that, but to allow yourself to have fun with the process. And if you're finding yourself in a point of, and this again, we're being shown that the chalkboard. And if you're not having fun in what you're drawing upon it, then it's time to find a place where you can have fun. It's time to turn your energy and your focus towards something that brings you enjoyment, that is stirring to your physical senses, something that does bring you into that sense of balance between work and play, between reflection and rest, between focus and merely a sense or a state of being. You know, just being in that place of beingness without having to do or create or decide anything. There is a sense of being at rest at this time because there is something that's about to happen, and we're going to see things begin to take shape and change and move as we get closer to the eclipses and enter into eclipse season. Okay, so let's look deeper at both of these. And we're going to use the Star Tarot. I haven't used this deck in a while, you guys, and it was calling to me for this reading, so. Oh, and all right, we're going to do this a different way because I love this deck, but it's just a little too long for me to shuffle. My fingers aren't quite that long. Or to shuffle in the other way. You can shuffle it this way. Whoops, there goes my crystal. It's also, there's a sense too with the sweet waters of finding, let's see, not a, you know, and I'm going to say this because this is what they're saying, but I also can hear you guys already saying, but we know it's coming. It's to not attach to this new beginning that's coming. It's to not attach to these changes that we can sense coming, but to be in the moment. It's that sense of beingness that is important at this time too, because as humans, we are here to experience each moment, the now moment. We are here to we're here to be in these physical bodies and to I think it was in the last reading, right, of having one foot in the spiritual and one foot in the physical at all times. And so that requires us to be present, right? I know I've shuffled a bunch of times, but I just want to make sure I get them, since I'm doing it a funny way. It's being in that place of balance, of having one foot in the physical and one foot in the spiritual, and again, not attaching to these or creating apprehension or anxiety or anticipation even for these events that are coming. And again, I know I can hear you guys saying, but you were just talking about the eclipses and how we, you know, oh, they're coming and there are going to be these changes. Yes, there are. And we're being given this awareness of that. But now the work for us is to be in the moment. We have the awareness, so then let it go. Have the awareness and then let it go. I know that's difficult. I can feel it myself for sure. But that's the message. So we're looking at the sweet waters here. Oh, look, we have the 10 of Cups. I mean, that's fulfillment, it's emotional fulfillment, it's emotional security, it is emotional abundance, it's love, it's companionship. Oh, it's really beautiful. And justice. There's that balancing. Look at that. This is what brings us balance. This is that sense of beingness. The emotional fulfillment that is in this Ten of Cups feels very tangible, I should say. It feels very tangible. It's the love language of at least for this reading, this is the energy I'm getting. It's the love language of physical touch, of physical affection, of acts of service, of it. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's in recognizing the value of the physical representations of emotional fulfillment and emotional contentment and satisfaction too, and balancing that with the interesting, I was hearing subliminal, but I was going to say subconscious aspects of it too, the more, or the mental aspects of it, even the spiritual aspects of it. Again, having one foot in the physical and one foot in the spiritual, and finding that balance. Here we have the Justice card, which is Libra. And interesting, we have the South Node in Libra this year, and the first eclipse will be on March 25th, and it will be a lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra. So, very interesting. Let's see, what else do we have? And there's a sense of justice for yourself in this too. And you may find that there are interactions that bring a sense of justice, a sense of rebalancing in these interactions with specific people in your life, specific relationships. And what's really fascinating about this is that it's by being in this state of balance, it's by being in this state of beingness, being in the moment, being present to what's happening in the moment, that makes this justice, these rebalancing with people, with relationships in your life, it's what opens you to this justice. Does that make sense? It's being in this state of balance that allows you to be in a state of receptivity, so that you are emitting the energy of receptivity to balance in the external. We're back to the manifestation, right? We're back to drawing on your chalkboard, because whether you're physically drawing it, whether you're I was hearing the word actualizing, whether you are actualizing it through some sort of physical activity, or whether you are creating it through pre-paving the situation with your personal energy. And that's what we're talking about here. By you being in this state, you're actually creating an energetic space, we'll say, an energetic container that draws in that sense of balance in your external experience. So that sense of balance or reciprocity or rebalancing, more so than both, but the rebalancing with other people and situations and relationships. It's really interesting. Temperance, we have more balancing here. Temperance, the balance of water and fire energies. Again, that's having the one foot in the physical and the one foot in the subconscious, right? The one foot in action, it's the divine masculine, divine feminine. It's the having one foot in action and one foot in the emotion of it, the experience of it. And temperance always feels very linked to justice to me, because it is that sense of balance. It's that sense of knowing when to move and when to pause, when to be still. It's having the patience to persevere as well when you may feel impulsive or temperamental even, and having that sense of balance and giving to oneself. Oh, I have not shown you these cards. Oh my goodness, I'm slacking. Okay, here's the Ten of Cups. Sorry guys. Here's the Justice card. Oops. There we go. And then Archangel Michael with Temperance. See how he's pouring from one cup to the other. Giving to oneself. Mixing fire and water together to temper the extremes of both. Okay, so let's look at the Lady of the Lake and these new beginnings that are coming through. And then we'll bring it all together. Oh, I have the cards. No, I don't have the cards upside down. Okay, the Devil stays upside down. Look at that. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah. Okay, hang on. This is part of this going deep into the subconscious too. This is unchaining oneself, releasing oneself from that which has kept you chained, restrained, blocked, restricted, masked even, or dampened or diminished through any sort of obsessive, addictive, compulsive patterning, behavior, or anything that was restrictive. And this oftentimes is of the mind more than anything, but it can be, again, things that are occurring in your physical world too. But we have the Devil in reverse. And so this is a new beginning that's coming about because we have released ourselves. You have released yourself from those chains, literally. You have the Three of Cups. There's celebration. Celebration with soul family. Soul family. Whether that's your blood family, whether that's your friends, it's your soul family, it's your tribe. It's the people who see you for who you are, who see you, recognize you, and celebrate you with the you without the mask. The you that is truly you. The you that is released from these chains. You have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Let's do one more for the Five of Pentacles. I think this is leaving behind this sense of Five of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Yeah, it is. The Five of Pentacles is okay. Let me show you the cards. So we have the Devil upside down, reversed. Should I do it upright so you can see how these figures, these people here are chained? You've been released. Not that you've been released, you've released yourself through the work that you've been doing. The Three of Cups, celebration. And we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling alone or isolated, left out in the cold, as if you have no place to go, no shelter, no support. But then we have the Queen of Cups, which came out when I was asking for clarification about the reason for having this Five of Pentacles here, since we were just speaking of celebration and being seen by one's tribe. And this Five of Pentacles, it speaks to what you're leaving behind with being released from this devil energy. Interestingly, too, they're also mentioning that this does have to do as well with the transformations going on with Pluto leaving Capricorn, which is associated with the devil, and moving into Aquarius. But this Queen of Cups here, see what has occurred because you have released yourself, because you're showing who you truly are. You've opened your heart. The Queen of Cups is all about compassion and giving and an abundance of love. And she's very intuitive as well. She, in this, what she's giving us here is she's showing how the love that you've given to yourself is what has released you from this devil energy. The work that you've done, this has been a process, and it's resulted in this love that you've given, that you are able to now give to yourself as well as others. Because I'm feeling this duality with the Queen of Cups, because in a lower vibration, the Queen of Cups can be someone who is an overgiver, who is will give to her detriment. And so I feel like that is what has left you feeling out in the cold, has left you feeling isolated, because you weren't showing your truest self because of these restrictions and blockages that you placed upon yourself ultimately, or that were placed upon you. But ultimately we take those on ourselves. So, but because of that, you weren't showing your truest self. And so you were overgiving to those who weren't seeing you, and probably were people that may not have seen you anyway, because you weren't seeing yourself. So it goes back to pre-paving that energy, and the energy that we are putting out ahead of ourselves or into that container that we then step into is the energy that we draw into the container. So if we're in a position or an energy of not showing who we truly are, and then feeling like if we overgive to someone else, then they will actually see who we are, that's not the way it works. The way it actually works, the way you're really seen, is by seeing yourself first. And that's what brings you out of this sense of isolation. You're giving it to yourself first. And this is where then other people can see you, because you can see yourself now. You can give that love to yourself now. This is that new beginning. And so from this, with all of this information, what are you going to draw upon your chalkboard? Okay, let's look at, let's see. How are we going to bring this together? Oh, yes. Okay, I have this new deck from Diana Cooper. It's called The Golden Future. I love this deck. It is all about new earth energies. So let's see, in this new beginning, what's coming through here for us with these intentions we're setting, with what we're writing upon the chalkboard, or what we're drawing upon the chalkboard that is in front of us, that we have created for ourselves. Oh, wow. Look at that. Blueprint for 5D humanity. Yes, a remembering of your gifts and powers, because this is also... Oh, I love that card. Look at the hummingbirds and the butterflies and the expansion. Look, we have the the human figure down here, but look at the energy, the expansion, and how big the person is beyond just their physical body. That's beautiful. So yes, so in this balancing of being in the physical and the spiritual, and in this state of having released oneself from the restrictions and showing your truest self, and in celebrating with those who see you, with giving compassion and love to yourself first, this is that space that allows you to really step into your power. Because now you're not dimming. You're not dimming your light. You're not dimming the brightness that is you. You're not dimming the love that is you. You're not dimming the gifts that are within you that maybe you were afraid to see before, and that was part of the restriction. Maybe you were afraid that other people would judge you for them, or would shun you for them, or shame you for them. But you've released yourself from that, and you recognize your value, and that's ultimately truly what matters. Because when you recognize it, then you open yourself to the other people who will recognize it, and who do recognize it. Wow. And then look at this powerhouse, being a powerhouse. Card number 38, which is 11. And I love that we have 33 here too. And for the record, we're listening to 333 hertz frequency music too. 3 is a big deal. And we have the 3 of Cups. Of course, it's a 3 month. Okay, anyway. Free energy. Isn't that a gorgeous card? Look at that. Look at that pyramid. When we start working with all of these energies within us, and we actually allow ourselves to, we're getting back to this sense of fluidity. When we allow the energies within us, the power within us to truly flow without restriction, the possibilities are endless, truly. They are endless. We are just beginning to have understanding of the capabilities that are within each of us. And there's so much that we have forgotten, that has been held from us, that has been hidden from us. This is also, all of this can also be descriptive of things going on a global scale. These releasing the bonds, releasing the chains, releasing the restrictions, this is revelation of information that has been hidden from us as well. This is that being isolated, that's the energy of things being hidden from us, and a sense of lack mentality, oh my gosh, what's the word? A poverty mindset, victimhood, of feeling like we are not in control, of feeling like we are at the whim of governments or large organizations, that we rely upon them, and that we are not able to provide for ourselves. This is that being blown out of the water. This is the new beginning that is occurring here. And those are things that are going to be revealed, and more information coming about, coming out, being channeled, even just coming to the surface, welling up in our knowingness. And again, we've got the imagery of the water coming up within the waters of our soul, for us to remember our strength, our power, And that's all rooted in love. It's rooted in compassion. It's rooted in unity. It's rooted in the divine that's within each of us. And again, the infinite potential that we have, that humanity has. And by doing, oh, that came through before I started too. Oh, that's right, the mirrored. See how it's mirrored? And that's happened quite a few times in some of the recent sigils. I've noticed it, that we're getting that mirrored energy. And the message that came through was that, because just as I was just talking about how this reading can be for us as individuals, it can also be for the collective, because what we do as individuals is mirrored out into the collective. It ripples out. You make a difference. You make a difference. What you do to heal yourself makes a difference. It makes a difference for you, of course, and it makes a difference for the collective, for humanity as a whole. And so when we go through this process of opening ourselves up to the information within us, then we're opening up the collective. Then when we remove the blockages from ourselves, from our minds, from our patterning, from our conditioning, from past lives, from through healing wounds or trauma, then the chains start to fall off in the collective too. We begin to be released, and it's through that, just like on an individual level, it's through that breaking down of those restrictions, that then we start to begin to see each other. We start to begin to see how alike we really are. And then we can come together and celebrate each other, celebrate our gifts, celebrate the power that is within each of us, the divine that is within each of us. And can you imagine the energy and the power that happens when that occurs? It's really amazing. Really, really beautiful. What a time to be alive. Okay. I am going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a beautiful new moon in Pisces. Please let me know what you think. Love to hear your comments. That really does mean so much. And be sure to like if it resonated with you. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I really appreciate all of you and your time and your energy here being present with me. So sending you all so much love. I'll be back soon.